Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and we just got an awesome new retrain of an old school card. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can come part of our notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this new card. So this card is actually going to be released in Duelist Advance, and it's actually a retrain of Leo Wizard. If you guys do not remember, that card is a very old school vanilla monster, but this card is actually called Leo Wizard the Dark Mage, which is actually really cool. I love the artwork of this card, but let's go ahead and see what this card actually does. So this card actually has 1350 attack and 1200 defense points, which I believe previously it had 750 attack points and 1750 defense. It might have been 1700. I'm not sure. It was a very old school card, but let's go ahead and see what this card's effect actually is. But first, take a look at this artwork. It looks so cool. I love how they've done the double frame on this. That looks just so old school and so cool. Like the old school games, it just looks awesome. But let's go ahead and see what it actually does. So this card is called Leo Wizard the Dark Mage, and this card is a spellcaster effect, Dark, level 4, 1350 attack, 1200 defense. And its effects are, you can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, monsters whose original level is 4 or lower with more than 1350 attack and or defense require 1 tribute to normal summon from the hand. That is a floodgate. That is a floodgate. That is insane. That is crazy. Okay. That's actually insane. You can just completely win certain matchups if you normal summon this thing, because they can't summon, because they are not going to have anything that's 1350 or less to be able to special summon. That's crazy. Like, heroes are going to have a really, like, that's the first deck that comes to mind. Heroes might actually have a really tough time with this to begin with, because you can't, like, summon Stratos against different decks. Like, maybe, well, Blackwings aren't going to have such a tough time. Well, yeah, no, they are, because they're going to require a tribute to be able, this is going to create so many weird rulings too. Like, that's actually pretty crazy to set up, that level 4 or lower monsters require 1 tribute to actually normal summon from the hand. That's pretty crazy. Wow. I can definitely see this being side decked in certain formats, because this is actually pretty good. Okay, for the second effect, it has 2 more effects. We haven't even started. Okay, so for the second effect, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles a light monster, you can destroy that monster. That's really weird. That's actually, this is making this card more like you want to side deck this. That's actually pretty interesting. Like, even Ryziel would have a tough time with this. Like, if you don't open up, like, what is it, EXT? Like, if you don't open up EXT, like, you're not normal summoning Sword, and you're not normal summoning Ice. Like, you have to, like, special summon something to your side of the field. That's actually pretty crazy. Okay, that first effect, that Floodgate, is just really, really good. For the third effect, if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can add a monster with 1350 attack from your deck to your hand. Okay, so it just searches another copy of itself. All right, so we can play 3 of this, normal summon 1, and then let it sit there. I really wish this was an illusion. I really, really wish this was an illusion, because if it was an illusion monster, it would be over. Chimera would be one of the best, like, decks in the entire game. Oh, Chimera is going to have a tough time with this too. Like, we actually have to open up, oh, if it couldn't be destroyed by battle too, that'd be really dumb. But, like, all the rest of the illusion monsters. But if this was an illusion monster in Chimera, and Chimera goes up against this, they're going to have a real tough time, because you're going to need to normal summon Mirror Sword Knight. And then if you don't have that, you have to special summon out to your side of the field your copy of, you have to special summon out to your side of the field your copy of Apprentice Magician, but it can't destroy anything. You can't destroy anything with this thing on the field. Like, it's like with your copy of Nightmare Apprentice. This is actually going to be really tough for a lot of decks to deal with. It doesn't look bad on paper. It doesn't look bad on paper. But because we have cards like the Cashier cards that can special summon themselves to your side of the field, we have a bunch of different decks that can just use, like, they can just get a free special summon. Even like Malice and Ryziel, they have special summons that can deal with this, and it's not like it can't be destroyed. Doesn't have any of those weird effects that it can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects, non-targetable. Doesn't have any of that. But it's about what you back this thing up with that makes it really crazy. And the first deck that actually comes to mind to play this in is Spellbook. Oddly enough, it's Spellbook, because you can summon this card, I believe, off of Spellbook of Judgment, because we used to summon out Jowgen off of Spellbook of Judgment. So feasibly, you could get 4 Spellbook activations after you activate Judgment in a turn, and then once you do, you just summon out this thing off of Judgment, and then now, guess what? 1350 or lower, or 1350 or higher attack or defense require 1 tribute, which is pretty insane for a Floodgate. But I feel like it's relatively balanced for a Floodgate, even though it does technically search another version of itself because it has 1350. It doesn't say you can't search another card, but that's the interesting thing, is what other monsters actually have 1350 attack that you can actually search off this card, which is going to be really interesting to research because it's such a weird attack stat to be able to actual search. So what else can we search? That's something definitely I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Definitely comment down below what you guys think we're going to be searching off of this card, Leo Wizard, the Dark Mage. But that's going to do this one, guys. Definitely tell me what you think of this new card down in the comments down below. It is a new Floodgate. It is a new Floodgate, but it's a monster. It's going to require a normal summon. Some decks are just going to be able to special summon this card, but it's pretty insane overall because it does have those weird stats, and it does have that level 4, and it's a dark spellcaster. Like, there could be some really interesting decks that could be able to use this. Like, you could even technically play this in, like, Kashtira that doesn't use their normal summon, and you could, like, just have this as a Floodgate because it's pretty insane. And then if a monster uses effect special summon it, banish it with Fenrir. So there's some pretty interesting like decks that you could use this in, and I think this is actually going to see some really interesting play, especially if you use it with something that's going to turn everything into the same attribute on the field. Like, you turn everything into light. It's going to be very format dependent, because if we get a deck that actually requires light monsters and they are a normal summon deck, I'm looking at you, Ryziel. This is going to be a really tough time for a lot of decks to deal with this. So that's going to be this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of Notification Squad, and definitely comment down below what you're going to play this card in and what cards you're actually going to be searching off this card's effect, because what has 1350 attack points? That's something that's going to be really interesting to look up. So that's going to be this one, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys.